But then he scores a basket.
Yeah.
Even though he's not a Wolf anymore. Oh, are we recording?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sorry. We started recording.
Oh, man.
Whoa. Are you okay, John?
John, it's
I'm
okay, buddy.
It's an emotional moment.
Pull yourself
No.
together, man.
I just watched Teen Wolf this week. I was just telling y'all about it. I mean, I just can't believe how good that movie is.
It's really
very,
good.
A tearjerker, really, is what
It
it
is. It's a
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a really heartfelt sentiment. Yeah.
It's
Pull
tough
yourself
to-
together.
It's tough to recover, but I guess I'll do a podcast.
Yeah, man. We have to, because you know what? It's time for Electric Gold. Let's go.
From Nashville, Tennessee, it's Electric Gold! What beer y'all drinking tonight, boys? Electric Gold, hear the speakers explode. 3 mics, 1 couch, fresh beer so cold. Hot chicken taste, yeah, we season it bold. Oh, hell yeah, it's Electric Gold! Come on, you boys in gold.
Welcome, everybody. I'm Ryan, and I'm here with John and Evan, and you're listening to the Electric Gold podcast. We talk about Nashville SC. We talk about whatever's going on in our lives. We talk about pop culture. We talk about Teen Wolf, and we like to get weird. Am I right, boys? How are y'all doing today?
Yeah, boys. Doing fantastic.
So good, and so weird.
Guys, we're recording this on Sunday, April 26th. Last night, another stellar performance for the Nashville SC crew, and we're going to talk all about it. It was a lovely night. It was picture perfect weather. The team came ready to play. They were rested and rejuvenated and ready to throw down on Geodis Park's grass. So we're going to talk all about it, but before we do that, guys, let's have a tasty beverage and celebrate. What do you say?
Sounds good,
Let's do
man.
it.
Evan, what are you drinking?
Okay, well, let me put on my actual glasses here, guys, because I can't see without them. So much for the cool shades, right?
They were cool, too.
They were cool, weren't they? So, okay, guys, good to be with you today, and I'm enjoying the Mortal Bloom Imperial Thorn from Founders.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, it's a very flavorful Imperial IPA, features citrus and peach notes, just perfect for a sunny late April Sunday. Guys, as you know, Founders is based out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. Ryan, welcome back from Michigan. And Grand Rapids has me thinking about one of my favorite places in the world, which we've talked about before, the Frederick Meyer Botanical Gardens and Sculpture Park, and also my upcoming trip next month to Ohio. Guys, there are so many good botanical gardens in Ohio, and I'm going to try to get to as many of them as I possibly can. This is the season for it, and I'm excited about that. I'm excited to talk about this team with you.
Evan's grand tour of Midwest Botanical Gardens.
Yeah.
Sounds amazing.
It's going to be so awesome.
John, what are you drinking tonight?
Well, first I got to tell Evan to make sure you take a shower when you get back from Ohio, because you're going to have to wash that stink off from that state.
So true. So
Yeah.
true.
Boys, I am drinking a twisted tea today. I am keeping
Whoa.
it simple because you know what? There is no finer a Southern drink than a sweet tea, except when you add alcohol to it. So, damn it, I'm drinking a twisted tea. It ain't nothing fancy. It's just good. Just like Nashville SC.
More power to you. Hey, you don't have to drink a beer when you're
No.
recording the Electric Gold podcast. That's what we traditionally do, but there are no rules around here.
We don't
Get
have any
crazy,
rules.
man. Do whatever you want.
Sometimes we wear 30 scarves at a time.
This is America, Jack. You do what you want. Guys, I am drinking, this is the La Chouffe. La Chouffe? How do you pronounce that? I don't even know.
Dope.
La Chouffe Blonde Ale. It's a Belgian ale from the Brasserie Chouffe in Belgium, of course, and it's a really good beer. They founded the brewery back in 1982, and this was their first production, and it's like 8% alcohol level, which is
Nice.
really respectable. It's known for its citrus flavor, coriander, spicy flavors, and of course the signature gnome branding. So it's a tall boy, and I'm excited to be celebrating with you guys. Let's talk some soccer. What do you say? Cheers, boys.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers, boys.
All right, let's kick it off with a very weird week in review. Nashville SC enjoyed a break from the CONCACAF tournament this week, so with no midweek games to occupy their attention, they headed into this weekend's match against Charlotte rested and ready. It was their first MLS match in Geodis Park in a month, and so far Nashville has been elite at home, scoring 12 goals across 3 matches, all of which they won. Charlotte came to Music City looking to rebound from their embarrassing 4-1 thrashing by Orlando midweek, and they were also seeking some revenge for the 2-1 loss to Nashville 2 weeks ago at Bank of America Stadium. Sam Surridge has missed the past couple of weeks due to injury, and while he was available for this match, Warren Madrigal got the start up front, flanked by Ahmed Qasim on the left wing. Matthew Corcoran got the nod in the midfield alongside Patrick Yazbek, and Dan Lovitz started at left back. The rest of the roster was the typical Nashville starting lineup. Nashville began the match in complete control, generating many early chances for a score. Warren Magical, as I like to call him, found himself in great position a couple of times, but couldn't quite convert, though his first shot ricocheted off the crossbar in a close call. Patrick Yazbek broke free in the middle of the field for a one-on-one versus the keeper, but the 2024 Keeper of the Year, Christian Kalina, made the save. It was in the 19th minute when the team finally struck pay dirt. Warren Magical fueled a Nashville break from the middle of the field, finding Ahmed Qasim on the left wing, and then Qasim returned the ball right in front of the goal, where Hany Mukhtar arrived and blasted a shot into the goal for a 1-0 Nashville lead. Just 6 minutes later, Awesome Qasim was added again. After winning the ball in the midfield and dishing to Andy Najar on the right, Qasim made a run to the top right corner of the box. Meanwhile, Najar passed along to Christian Espinoza up on the right wing, who dropped the ball off to Qasim in space. And right from that spot, quite a bit of distance, Qasim lasered a shot past several defenders and the keeper into the left corner of the goal for an impressive first goal of the season for him and a 2-0 lead. Now, shortly before halftime, Charlotte finally found an answer off of a free kick on the left side that found defender Morrison Agyemang, who was uncovered on the backside of the goal, and it was an easy tap-in for him, pulling Charlotte back into the game at 2-1, and that score held until halftime. Coming out of the second half, Coach Callahan opted for an early substitution, inserting Super Sam Surridge into the game. And seeing his first action in 3 weeks, Nashville's top scorer would have his footprints all over the second half. In the 60th minute, Andy Najar juked a Charlotte attacker right out of his cleats, pushes the ball up the right side to Christian Espinoza, and Espinoza served up the cross. Hany Mukhtar was there, but he let the ball go by, through to Surridge, who one-timed the ball straight into the goal, giving Nashville a 3-1 lead. Charlotte kept coming in the second half despite Nashville's success. Their star midfielder, Pep Biel, got in on the action in the 68th minute, getting the ball at the top of the box and placing an incredible curled shot into the corner of the goal out of the reach of Brian Schwacke, making the score 3-2 Nashville. But on Star Wars night, boys, the force was strongest with Sam Surridge. Espinoza served a corner kick in the front of the goal, and the ball bounced out to a waiting Hany Mukhtar near the top left of the box. Mukhtar lined up a powerful shot at the goal from distance, and it probably would have been saved, but at the last second, Surridge stepped in to deflect the shot into the goal, got his second score of the night. He climbed back into the Golden Boot lead and put the game out of reach with a 4-2 Nashville lead. The game ended without any other significant threats from the opposition, and Nashville continued their strong performance at home. The win keeps Nashville atop the Eastern Conference while Charlotte slips to 5th place. And speaking of the standings, this was a busy week around the MLS with most teams playing a midweek match in addition to the weekend game. The midweek matches included a Columbus 2-1 victory over LA Galaxy, a 4-4 draw between NYC FC and Cincinnati that featured 2 goals by Cincy in stoppage time, and a 4-4 draw between the Red Bulls and DC United that included a hat trick from Ty Baribo. Orlando surprised with a 4-1 victory over Charlotte, as I mentioned. Toronto and Philly played to a 3-3 tie. New England beat Atlanta 2-1, and Minnesota won on the road 1-0 versus Dallas. Houston edged out San Diego 1-0. Inter Miami won against Salt Lake 2-0. LAFC could only manage a scoreless draw with Colorado, and San Jose continued their torrid start to the season with a 5-1 destruction of Austin. And then in the weekend games, Atlanta actually managed a 2-1 road victory versus Toronto. Montreal beat a fading NYCFC 1-0 at home. LAFC got a 1-0 win at Minnesota, and Cincy defended their home field with a 2-0 win over the Red Bulls with a brace from Kevin Denke. The misery continued for Philadelphia, who lost 2-0 to Columbus. DC United edged out Orlando 3-2. Miami and New England played to a 1-1 draw. Yes, we love that, with goals from Berterame and Carlskill. Austin won the in-state face-off versus Houston 2-0. Chicago unloaded 5 goals on Kansas City with braces from Zinkernagel and Kuipers. Kansas City had no goals and are struggling to justify their existence. San Jose kept winning with a 3-2 victory over St. Louis, including a brace from Timo Werner. Portland beat San Diego 2-1 on the road. Seattle took down Dallas 2-1, and Vancouver beat Colorado 3-1 with a brace from Brian White. Watch out for him. He's a Golden Boot contender. Later today, LA Galaxy will host Real Salt Lake. Oh my God, there's so many games.
So many. Oh my God.
After this match day, Nashville continues to rule the East with a 3-point lead over Miami, followed by Chicago, New England, and Charlotte. Over in the West, San Jose is looking like a juggernaut as they lead the entire MLS with 27 points, but Vancouver is hot on their heels, followed by LAFC, Seattle, and Minnesota. Woo! Now that is a rundown of epic proportions. Let me tell you what, guys.
Well done.
Those headlines are amazing. Yep.
So there you have it, guys. What a week for Nashville SC. Another game, another win, this time at the hands of Charlotte. And it was business as usual for the boys in gold, right? What did you guys think about this match, Evan?
Well, my takeaway from this match is that I am spoiled. I'm just spoiled rotten, because when we gave up the first goal to Charlotte last night, I was like, oh no. I could kind of like, I didn't get to go to the match. I was watching on TV. I could almost like sense it in the stadium, it kind of got a little quiet through the broadcast. And I was like, oh no. And then, of course, we gave up a second goal at some point, but the victory was very comfortable. The boys looked fantastic. And afterwards, I was just like, what was I worried about? This is not the same team.
That's right.
Not only did we score 4 and win the game, Charlotte is a good team. So, you can't expect to necessarily keep a clean sheet against them every time. And another thing that had me a little bit, gave me some pause, was that this was the first game this season that we had given up more than 1 goal. Well, I looked back, and do you guys want to know how many times we allowed 2 or more goals last season? Take a guess.
Let's see, there's 34 games in a season. So I'm going to say half of them.
6 or 7.
Pretty close,
Yeah.
Ryan. 18 times. 18
Wow.
games last year.
Really?
We gave up 2 or more goals only
Yeah.
once so far this season. So I don't know what I was worried about. I am just a spoiled, rotten little baby.
The big difference is Brian Schwacke, I think. He's made some point-blank saves. Well, I shouldn't say that, because Nashville is allowing the second least amount of shots in the MLS so far this season. So Schwacke's doing a great job of deflecting them, blocking them, or whatever, saving the shots when they do get to him. But there are so few that are even being taken. Nashville is holding their opponents to roughly 3 shots on target per game. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're right. What do you need to worry about? You're like Alfred E. Newman over there. What, me worry? John, what's your initial reaction to all of this?
The ocean roars, the birds sing in the morning, things fall when they are dropped, and Nashville SC wins at Geodis Park. We are a force of nature at this point. We score goals and we win because that's what we're built to do, and they're just going to keep doing it. We're running out of words. I mean, we could have scored more than 4 last night, easy.
Yes.
We control the game. We control it all over the pitch, and we do it no matter who we're playing at Geodis. And obviously, we had the 0-0s in the CONCACAF against Miami. But those are a bit different in America, but those are a bit different because of that away goals rule, I think that enters into the calculus of those a little bit, and why we are more conservative than we normally see. But I just think we're going to steamroll anybody that steps into Geodis, and it's a weird feeling to be so confident. And like Evan was saying, it was weird last night. Like, I felt a little spoiled. Like when they pulled it 2-1 and then 3-2 again, I was like a little bit disappointed in the team. Can you imagine any time in the last 3 or 4 years where I'd be disappointed with only leading by 1? I know, it's
So
crazy.
Or scoring 3 goals in a game.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, we should have scored more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or 4 goals or whatever. Yeah, it's just an embarrassment of riches. And of course, Geodis Park has been an absolute fortress this season. The team has scored 16 goals in the 4 MLS games that we've played in Geodis so far. So it's an amazing run for them so far. I've been trying to think about the right historical comparison for what Nashville SC is doing right now. And I landed on the Balmas expedition, as you might have expected.
Obviously.
I'll be honest, this is probably not something that most people are walking around talking about. Nobody's sitting at a bar saying, you know what this Nashville team reminds me of? Early 19th century Spanish public health logistics. But hear me out, because in 1803, Spain sent out what was officially called the Royal Philanthropic Vaccine Expedition. It was led by a doctor named Francisco Javier de Balmas, and the goal was incredibly ambitious. They wanted to take the smallpox vaccine from Spain across the Atlantic into the Americas and vaccinate people all across those continents, and then eventually across the Pacific to the Philippines, and then even into parts of Asia. That may not sound all that impressive now, but in 1803, it was almost a ridiculous idea. There was no refrigeration. There were no airplanes, of course. There was no modern shipping network, no Center for Disease Control. There was no World Health Organization. There was not even any FedEx tracking numbers that say that your vaccine is currently in the Memphis hub waiting to be put onto a truck. So smallpox was one of the most terrifying diseases in the world at this point. It killed people. It scarred people. It wiped out communities, and it even shaped history in a lot of awful ways. Just a few years prior to this, it had been invented by Edward Jenner. It's a relatively new idea in and of itself, the smallpox vaccine was. And the problem was, how do you move a live vaccine across oceans when you don't have any way to preserve it? And so they came up with an idea that is honestly both brilliant and a little bit crazy. They decided to use a chain of children to keep the vaccine alive.
What?
Passing it from arm to arm throughout the trip across the ocean. Here's what they did. They would inject one kid with the vaccine. And after a few days, a sort of blister would rise up on the child's arm. And within that blister would be contents that included that vaccine. So it's basically kept protected within the kid's body. And so they would then withdraw from that blister the liquid and then inject it into the next kid to vaccinate them. And then a couple of days later, the next blister would rise up, and they would just do the same thing again and again. They took 23 kids out of an orphanage and put them on a ship to get across the Atlantic Ocean. And just over the course of the trip, they just kept passing the vaccine through these children's bodies from one to the next until they got to America. And then they had fresh vaccine that they could then spread across the country.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Now, looking back, there are probably some ethical questions here.
Yeah, one or two.
We don't have to pretend that this was some perfect story. History rarely gives you those, but what they accomplished was pretty remarkable. And because this wasn't just a group that showed up and gave people vaccine and headed home, they actually then, once they got here, they trained local vaccinators. They helped set up vaccination boards. They created a system that could keep working after they left. And that's kind of the part where I keep coming back to. They weren't just carrying medicine. They were carrying a method. They took something fragile, an idea, a breakthrough, a little bit of hope, and they figured out how to make it travel. And that's where I think the Nashville SC comparison starts to make sense, because coming into 2026, Nashville had something fragile too. Not fragile in the same serious life and death sense, obviously. We're talking about soccer here, but in sports terms, they were carrying belief, a new version of themselves, a sense that maybe this team could be more than just hard to play against and more than just competitive, but maybe they could be dangerous. Maybe they could take this new identity and make it work anywhere. And so far, that's exactly what they've done. This start has not just been good, it's been the kind of start that makes you stop and ask, wait a second, is this real? After winning last night, they have 7 wins, 1 loss, and 1 draw in MLS. They are unbeaten in 8 of their first 9 league matches for the first time in club history. Across all competitions, the MLS and CONCACAF Cup, they've only lost once in 15 games. That's not a lucky 2-week stretch. That's not just catching a few teams at the right time. This is a team that's proving what they're doing can hold up. And the biggest proof has come away from Geodis Park and against teams that are supposed to be bigger stories. Take, for instance, Inter Miami. That series had all the ingredients to be another chapter in the Lionel Messi traveling circus. Miami was the headline. They had the stars. They were the team that everybody was going to talk about. But Nashville did not blink. They did enough at home, and then they went to South Florida, and they got the result that they needed to advance and knock Miami out of the tournament. That was one of those moments where the season started to really feel different. And then came Club America last week, and that's the one that really changes the conversation, because going down to Mexico City and playing Club America on the road, that's not just another game. They're playing in altitude with a lot of pressure. It's one of the biggest clubs in North America and one of the toughest environments that Nashville is ever going to see, and they came away with the 1-0 victory. Hany Mukhtar, of course, scored the goal. Espinoza set him up. Schwalke made 9 saves in that game, and they became the first MLS team to win in Azteca and advance on to the semifinals. That's not just a good result. This is, people are going to remember this kind of result.
Yeah.
And what I love about this team right now is it doesn't feel like one guy dragging everyone else along like we've seen in the past. Sam Surridge has been unbelievable. He's come out of the gate scoring like he has somewhere to go. And Hany looks like Hany again, not just a great player, but facilitating and being the guy who bends the game towards Nashville. Espinoza has brought a different kind of threat. Schwalke has gone from a question mark to one of the stories of the season. And you've got moments like Shaq Muhammad scoring his first MLS goal, which just adds to the feeling that this whole group is contributing and they're bonded together. And that's when this run starts to feel sustainable. It's not just one star that's hot. It's when the idea is spreading. And that's what keeps me coming back to the Balmas expedition. The lasting legacy of that expedition wasn't only that it moved smallpox vaccine from one place to another, it proved that a breakthrough could become a system. That if you were organized enough, if you were committed enough, if you were creative enough, you could take something fragile and make it durable. Nashville SC is doing the soccer version of that right now. They've taken belief and they've made it portable. They've taken a new identity and they've made it work at Geodis Park, in Miami, in Mexico City, in Atlanta, in Charlotte, and so on. And that's the difference between a hot start and something bigger. A hot start is just a few good results, but this is like a proof of concept. It's a team saying, now this is who we are now. And maybe that's the lesson from both stories. The groups that change expectations are not always the ones with the most obvious advantages. Sometimes they're the ones that are the best organized, ones that solve problems in real time, the ones that understand the mission and trust the people next to them. The Balmas expedition carried a vaccine across oceans. Nashville SC is carrying some magnificent soccer and some belief across the country and across borders. If they keep playing like this, 2026 won't just be remembered as the year that Nashville got off to a fast start. It'll be remembered as the year that they made history.
Yes!
Dude, gave me chills, man. Gave me chills.
I think Ryan needs to be hired as a coach in Ted Lasso style.
Ooh.
I can do it.
Yeah,
I mean, how hard could it be?
I know, right?
He didn't know soccer at all. I've got a head start on him. Anyway, that's just a few of the thoughts that I had after watching the game.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
What time of the night did you formulate these thoughts?
It was late. It was pretty late. Hey, guys, let's move on. Let's do some all hell yes. All right, best thing of the week. John, we'll start with you. Hand out an all hell yeah for us.
I sure will. Is a guy who's only started 4 times in league play this year. It's Sam Surridge.
Oh my
Sam
goodness.
Surridge has only started 4 times in the league. He's come off the bench 3 times, and he has 9 goals. He has only played 440 minutes out of the 810 minutes in league play. He is scoring a goal every 49 minutes.
Wow.
This guy is top of the heap in terms of MLS strikers for me. And I've heard a little bit of people saying that any striker in this team is going to get chances. And that might be true. I mean, we have all the firepower up front, especially now with Madrigal and Kasem kicking in too. He makes it look easier than it is to score these goals. Both of those goals he scored last night were pure striker genius. That first one, obviously Najar played an amazing ball through, but it was genius to take it first time before Kalina had a chance to settle. He could have taken a touch and then, tried to chip him or round him. Now he just blasted it first time. Kalina had no chance on it. And then that second one with a Mukhtar drive into the box, just stick it out a little bit, just make it impossible for a keeper to react. That's just pure number 9 genius. And I am so glad we have him. I am so glad he is so super Sam. Oh, hell yeah, Super Sam Surridge. You're the best number 9 in the league.
Our next opponent is Philadelphia, and Sam is absolutely averaging a goal more often than the entire team of Philadelphia Union right now.
Most of the teams in the league, to be honest with you.
Who won the Eastern Conference last season. So, all right, Evan, what's your hell yeah? I got to take some hats off.
I got to take some. I'm dying
These
here.
Scarves.
Yeah, go ahead. Well, first, let me, if I may, reinforce John's point there about Super Sam and his efficiency. Of course, I think, Ryan, as you mentioned, he's back atop the Golden Boot race. He's currently tied with Peter Musa from FC Dallas. And I was just curious about efficiency there. Musa has 35 shots so far this season. You guys want to take another guess at a statistic? How many do you think Sam has this season, shots?
I bet it's 20 or less.
I was going to say it's like 15 or so, right?
You're absolutely right. 19 shots, guys.
Wow.
He has 9 goals against 19 shots. That's a 54% rate. I had to get my calculator out. John, I figure you're a human calculator. You probably did that one in your head.
I used to be, but I've had one too many twisted teeth since then.
54% shot to goal ratio there. I mean, it's just fantastic. But anyway, I want to give mine out to Ahmed Kasem.
Oh, yeah.
And we've talked a lot about Awesome Kasem off and on since he arrived, sometimes really good, sometimes really bad. But we always said that he had the talent. He may just need the time. And I think that is what is bearing out now. Last night was obviously a big showing for him, a great assist, an even better goal, and some really good, solid defensive play. And I think what you might have noticed, I think what I noticed anyway, is he just looks a lot more comfortable and confident than he ever has. Now, we've always said, he seems like a really chill guy, almost a casual soccer player, but I think we're seeing fewer and fewer instances of these times when we're like, he's just too casual, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a huge deal for him. Once he turns that corner, the sky's the limit for this guy. So anyway, oh, hell yeah, Ahmed Kasem, you weathered the storm. You hopefully ignored criticism from guys like me, and now you're finding your footing and you're playing some absolutely fantastic soccer. Keep it up, my man.
100%. The criticism that we and others lofted at him over the past year, it was not unfounded. It was earned. But this season has been a different story. The guy looks like the game has slowed down for him. His footwork and ball control is just, superb.
Yeah.
And I'm really impressed with what I've seen, particularly the last 2 or 3 games that he's played in. And I'm really excited for more.
He caught my eye from the first time he touched the ball last night. And I think I turned to you and I was like, he is on tonight.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to look at him as one of the highlights of the lineup at this point. He and Madrigal in particular, I thought they did a great job constantly switching their position on the field. Charlotte had no idea where they were at any time going to pop up. And that was amazing. And guys, there is a non-zero chance Ahmed Qasim might be playing in the World Cup. I don't know if you saw this morning. Qasim was born in Sweden, but his parents are from Iraq. And so he's never played for either Sweden or Iraq. They're both in the World Cup. Sweden is probably a bit more of a long shot just because they usually are looking at players in the European leagues. But Iraq are kind of the miracle to make this World Cup, right? So Valère from Pharmaceutical Soccer asked them in the press conference last night. He kind of hinted that he's been talking to Iraq and thinking about making that decision to play for them. And if so, he'd probably be in the starting lineup for Iraq in the World Cup, and that would be amazing to watch.
It sure would.
So if that's not a motivation for you, I don't know what is. So keep it up, Ahmed. That's awesome.
Yeah. He's looking great, and it just is another bullet in the chamber, really, for Nashville SC. It's an embarrassment of riches a little bit, so I'll take it. Guys, it was a great week. It was a great win, but I do think that there's an ever so small window for us to squeeze in some all hell no's. Let's do it. So, Evan, we'll stay with you. What is your all hell no this week?
Yeah, okay. Well, if you're going to force me into this, then I'm going to give mine to myself, and that is forever doubting Hany Mukhtar. And, I hope I don't steal any of you guys' thunder on any future segments, but I mean, Hany with a goal and an assist last night becomes the third fastest player in MLS history to reach 150 regular season goal contributions. Puts him behind only Landon Donovan and Preki. I mean, two absolute MLS legends, absolutely. So he has 85 regular season goals of his own. He, of course, won the MVP in 22, should have won it in 21. He's just been great season after season, scored double-digit goals in 4 of the 6 previous seasons. So why I ever doubted him or maybe implied that he was past his prime or anything like that, oh, hell no, Evan. What were you thinking?
Well deserved.
To all of us. I'm going to give it to all of us.
Yeah,
for any
that's
of us
true.
ever doubting Hany
That's
Mukhtar,
true.
man. Don't ever doubt this guy.
Last night was just pure magic from Hany. And a few weeks ago, we were talking about some days Hany looks like he's got it all figured out. Some days he doesn't. But ever since we said that, he has looked perfect. He's been making all the right plays, being the perfect captain, leading this team. Last night was no different.
Yeah.
And I really liked Sam Surridge's first goal, the cross from Najar, and Hany letting it go by, because Hany could have taken a strike on that if he wanted to. It was probably a pass to him, and him letting it go through, knowing Sam was on the other side of it. That is pure leadership right there, and he's just doing everything right, in my opinion. He was the straw that stirs the drink.
Hashtag build the statue. I'm starting it. I don't know if someone else already has, but come on.
Yeah, he's one of the greatest MLS players in history.
I think he's got to be in the contention, and hopefully, he's going to stay with us for the rest of his career, I hope, and surely he's going to be really close to the top of the list, if not the top. So, yeah, we got so lucky this guy was our first designated player.
Yeah, very much so.
I don't know about luck, but, or Mike Jacobs and whoever, Ian Aaron, whoever else was just a genius to pick this guy, to pick like a franchise cornerstone as your first big swing, and he's delivered.
He absolutely has, 100%. John, do you have any all hell no's for us, though?
I sure do. My all hell no is to the concept of time. And why can't every night be like last night? Last night was a perfect night. I'm sorry to rub it in, Evan, but my God, the weather was perfect. The atmosphere was electric inside that stadium and outside. Me and Ryan were lucky enough to be a part of the supporters section tailgate area. Man, everybody was just smiling. It's a large part of how good the team is right now. Everybody's excited to get in the stadium and watch this team. It feels like one big family, that we're all witnessing this great moment in history. I mean, this is what we all dreamt about, a team like this. And I mean, we just had a fantastic night. We saw just so many friends. We saw our beloved Captain Liam. We got to hang out with our rules analyst, Dr. Joey. We got to hang out with our good pal Raymond.
Nice.
He was on the bass drum last night.
Yes, he was. He was dominating the bass drum.
Excellent.
And we got to hang out with our good pal Justin from the Quinn City Supporters podcast. We met up with him afterwards, gracious in defeat. And my hat's off to all the Charlotte people that were there. There were a lot of Charlotte people to make that trip. I'm sorry we had to kick your ass. But oh, hell no. Time. Why can't every single night be like last night?
Yeah, the tailgate was rocking. It was a good crowd there, a better crowd than I've seen in a long time. The Jello shots were flowing like wine.
Oh,
and,
they sure were, buddy. They sure were. They were some good ones.
Yeah.
Props to the assembly, man. They put on a hell of a fun party. And thank you,
tailgate
Brewery. Tailgate Brewery is sponsoring the assembly now. So why on earth wouldn't you join one of these supporters groups and come hang out with us, man? That's a fun time.
It was the proper version of pre-gaming, that's for sure. So a good night had by all, especially if you're a Nashville fan. Okay, guys, well, let's move on. Time to do something a little bit different, okay? You might have noticed we were dressed pretty funky, start out the podcast, and we've been inspired by one of our listeners. When we first started the podcast a couple years ago, the team wasn't that good. In fact, it was a pretty awful year. And so we had to occupy ourselves with a lot of weirdness in order to just get through that season.
Yeah.
And we carried some of it over last year. But this year, it's been so exciting to talk about the team that we've maybe let a little bit of the weirdness slip away. So we wanted to make sure that we didn't lose sight of our roots. And so we're going to make a concerted effort to make Electric Gold weird again. So you guys have any thoughts about getting weird?
Man, the weirdest thing I experienced this week was a thing that I am very familiar with. I got the kids together and we watched a movie called The Never Ending Story.
Oh,
and obviously
classic.
You guys grew up with The Never Ending Story. One of my favorite movies when I was a kid, The Adventures of Atreo and his luck dragon Falcor. It's just classic. Artax sadly sinking beneath the swamps of sadness. But anyway, I've loved The Never Ending Story forever. Me and my wife both are avid readers, and like when we got together, the only book that we had in common that we really loved was The Never Ending Story. And so we decided if we were going to ever have a kid, it was going to be named a boy. It was going to be named Bastion. Sure enough, our first son is named Bastion after The Never Ending Story. So, Bastion has always known this, and so he's wanted to watch the movie. So we watched the movie. Great. Love every second of it. And then the Sphinxes show up.
yeah.
Man,
and puberty starts.
Weird. Why are they shaped that way?
Yeah, they are topless.
I had to write a song about it, and I hope you guys will indulge.
Sure, let's hear it.
Here's a song. Here's a song called The Greatest Mystery of All.
They talk about Atlantis sinking into the sea, the pyramids and moonlight, how they stack those stones so clean, who carved the Nazca lines so only gods could see. And what's up with Stonehenge, man, don't lie to me. There's Bigfoot in the timber, there's a shadow on the moon. D.B. Cooper vanished on a cloudy afternoon. The Mary Celeste drifting like a Mr. Q. Who built Machu Picchu with no screws? Oh, the world is full of questions carved in history and time. Every answer just creates another riddle in the line. You can search the stars and scriptures, you can dig until you're old, but the greatest mystery of all, yeah, the greatest mystery of all is why, oh, why did those sphinxes in the never-ending story have such huge titties? There's a zodiac letters coded tight, Roswell weather balloons are visitors at night. The Bermuda Triangle swallowing planes, and who really shot JFK on that Dallas day. But then there's that moment from an 80s fantasy when a kid runs past a gate like destiny. Two stone sphinxes staring straight ahead with absolutely massive titties. Oh, the world is full of questions, scholars losing sleep at night, trying to decode the symbols, get the angles just right. You can chart the human genome, splitting atoms strike gold. But the greatest mystery of all, yeah, the greatest mystery of all is why, oh, why did those sphinxes in the never-ending story have such huge titties? Why so stern? Why so serious? Why so anatomically generous? No lore, no myth, no ancient scroll explains those sphinxes at all. Was it art? Was it fashion? Was it some forgotten rule? Was it Freud? Was it cocaine? Was the prop guy just a fool? Ask the historians, watch them stall. They'll change the subject, clear their throats and mumble, I like boobs. Oh, we mapped the ocean floor and walked the Martian plains. We split the light from darkness, learned the weather, learned the pain. But one thing keeps humanity eternally enthralled, the greatest mystery of all. Yeah, the greatest mystery of all is why, oh, why did those sphinxes in the never-ending story have such huge titties? Not kings, not gods, not castles tall, but why those sphinxes in the never-ending story had such huge titties.
Man, one of the greatest mysteries that will probably never be answered. That
Never.
song was rocking, man. Loved it.
Thanks.
Thank you so
Love it.
much.
Yeah.
Well done.
Evan, you have anything weird happen to you this week?
Yeah. And, John, you shouldn't get too upset back in your all hell gnaw about time, because this week I realized that time isn't even real. Okay.
Oh,
Wow.
Now,
great.
of course, you hear this debate from time to time in life. And of course, we all know Einstein's theory of relativity shows that time moves differently depending on speed and gravity. We've probably experienced in our lifetimes how two people can disagree on how time passed for them, usually given what they were going through in life or whatever. It really means that the flow of time is not built into physics. It's something that we feel. In fact, both the scientific disciplines of neuroscience and physics suggest that our brains create the sensation of time flowing.
Wow. Wow.
Memory stitches events into a narrative of before and after. That's what is happening. The flow of time is a cognitive illusion layered onto a static reality. I realized this week because I have had multiple moments or experiences where I felt like I was both moving forward and backward in time. Okay. For instance, one night earlier this week, I had one of these like perfect evenings. I was actually playing pickleball with a group of folks that I have gotten to know and found, over the last few years who I really, really enjoy playing with, almost have become my preferred group to play with, but they're kind of an older group. Okay. In fact, I'm one of the younger or youngest people in this group, but this week there was a small group of teenagers, probably like maybe even preteens, playing on one of our courts, and they were not having any fun at all. They were taking it too seriously.
Oh, no.
They were talking trash, getting mad, pouting, walking away. And then contrasted with that was me over here playing with my older group, and we were just having the time of our life. The weather was perfect. We had great music playing. Everybody's laughing, smiling, having a good time. And I was just like, oh, wow, like, I think I'm becoming an old man. Well, then later in the week, I realized lately I've been kind of like doing all these things that maybe like young people do, right? I've been dropping some of my older like live TV packages and streaming services and watching more and more YouTube, or I've been deleting songs out of my music library that I've loved for a long time, maybe some like classic rock, and like gravitating more towards some new, more modern bands like White Reaper or the Beths. Ryan, I know you're a big Beths fan.
Yep, they're
And I'm
very
like,
good.
gosh, am I like getting younger, cooler, hipper? Well, obviously that's not the case, because then just this morning I heard from upstairs, my daughter yelled, "Dad, are you okay?" And I was just like, what? And I realized I had gotten up off the couch and did a big stretch, you know, because I'm kind of getting old or whatever. And I must have made this like really god awful grunting old man dad sound. And I think she thought I was having a heart attack down here. So anyway, I just keep shifting back and forth in time lately. So I've just realized the time isn't even real.
Wow. Good
I have
stories.
to agree. That's all amazing.
Another lesson to be learned from those stories is that kids suck, man. Just like
Get with it, kid.
whether they're playing at pickleball or reminding you how old you are, kids suck.
Yeah.
All right, guys, it's time to get a little bit spicy. It's time to burn some mouse. Let's do this. It's the Nashville Hot Chicken Takes.
My hot chicken take is that these owners got skills to shake. Entertain the crowd and get on the field. 'Cause why the fuck not?
All right, Evan, we're going to start with you. Do you have a hot take for us this week?
Yeah. You guys might find this a little bit spicy. So, of course, we've got a lot of stars here in Major League Soccer. You guys watch the Premier League. There's big stars in the Premier League. I think some of us probably even watch the Champions League. It's getting down to the wire here. You got these great players like Dembele and Kane, Griezmann, Martinelli. But I'm telling you what, boys, I would rather watch Andy Najar play soccer than anyone else in the world.
Love
Wow.
that.
Wow. Woo!
How
That
fun.
is burning me up. Yeah.
How fun is it to watch Andy Najar? His technical skills on the ball are mind-blowing. His creativity is on par with anybody, and he's back there doing it at right back.
Yeah.
He's flying up the wing. He's making these just incredible individual moves and passing combinations. He's just playing with such assuredness right now. Every time he gets the ball, the hair stands up on the back of my neck. I mean, I just like can't wait to see what he can do and will do. And so there it is for you today. My hot chicken take is, guys, of all the soccer being played anywhere around the world right now, I would rather watch Andy Najar than any other player.
That is a
I
fantastic
love that.
take. Yeah, it's really, really good.
Yeah.
You have no better evidence than to just go back again to Sam Surridge's first goal last night. That move
yeah.
that Najar dropped on the attacker for Charlotte
That
over
poor
there
guy
on the
had
right
no
side.
chance. Yeah.
Man, it was just brutal. And then, just dinked him out of his cleats. And then after that, it was off to the races. And of course, it led to a goal. Najar is playing fantastic soccer this season. I thought maybe he was starting the season off a little slow, but he has hit his stride lately. He looks great.
He's playing the best soccer of his career 15 or so years into his career. Because remember, he got started really young at DC United. And wow, what a blessing we get to watch this guy.
Yeah, and you got to think that some of that's at least attributable to Coach PJ Callahan and the staff, man. They're setting him up and in the right situations and, of course, with the right surrounding teammates and skill sets to really enhance his best attributes. So he's doing great. Okay, John, it's time. It's your turn. What's your hot take?
I don't even know how spicy this is. I'll tell you this. Obviously, Nashville SC are the cream of the crop in the Eastern Conference. I'm here to tell you that not only that, but we are on a different planet from everyone else in the Eastern Conference.
That's the truth. Yeah.
Chicago's pretty good. Miami's probably going to get it together and improve at some point. Although they fired Mascherano, I don't know what's going on there. That's a weird one to me because I would have thought the Mascherano was Messi's guy, having played together for both the Argentina national team and Barcelona for so long. Who knows what's going on? And we'll never know because, they said Mascherano left voluntarily. They said the exact same thing when Martino left, and we all know that it wasn't true. They fired him, and who knows? Who knows what's going on there? But anyway, other than Chicago and Miami, the rest of the conference is ass. We were off Wednesday, so I had the pleasure of actually tuning into the MLS 360 for a little while. I never get to do that because I'm always focused on NSC. So I was watching all these Eastern Conference games. The games were exciting, I will tell you that. There were 2 4-4s, a 3-3, where a goalie scored the tying goal in the Toronto game.
Wow.
I mean, absolutely insane, but those teams stink. All of them have very, very glaring holes defensively or attacking wise. I mean, I don't see anyone in the East other than maybe Chicago and Miami giving us consistently hard games. And that's just the truth. We are on a different planet from these folks.
Yeah, you're spot on. And even with Miami, I'll point this out. So the top teams in the league, in the Eastern Conference or the West, we have allowed 6 goals. Chicago has allowed 8. And then when you look over at the West, like San Jose has allowed 6 goals. Vancouver's allowed 5. LAFC has allowed 6. Seattle's allowed 4. Miami has allowed 15 goals this season through 10 games. And that's the difference right there. And here's something else. Miami has yet to win in Miami.
Oh my gosh.
It's true. Because they've got the new stadium open. They haven't won yet.
They haven't won there yet.
And maybe that's a factor that they're not used to it yet. Because remember our first year at Geodis, we didn't win that often either, but we weren't that good a team back then.
Sure. Well, yeah, I think you're spot on though. I mean, the Eastern Conference is definitely the weaker conference of the two this year. The top teams in the West, that's going to be a real battle between San Jose, Vancouver, LAFC. Seattle's going to get in there too, I think. Those 4, that's the class of the MLS right now, plus Nashville on the other side.
And I actually think Salt Lake and Minnesota are pretty good too. So, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a great one. All right, guys, let's move on. Since we're talking about other teams in the league, let's share some hate. Let's spread a little hate around, and let's keep our enemies closer. All right, John, so like you said, there were 2 match days basically this week. We had the midweek games. We had the Saturday evening games. What stands out to you from all of that?
Well, the game that I want to talk about happened. It was the first game yesterday, Saturday. It was Toronto FC and Atlanta United at BMO Field in Toronto. And as you mentioned, Atlanta actually won. They won 2-1. And I watched the highlights of this game. There were 3 amazing goals, I will say that. Moranchuk of Atlanta scored first with a really nice free kick. Then their second goal came, Muyumba scored. But there was a nice assist from former boy in gold, Fafa Picault, that set it up 2-0. Aristizabal, I'm guessing I'm saying that name right, pulled one back for Toronto with just this crazy header that was from beyond the penalty spot. It was probably like a 16-yard header.
Wow.
You don't see those too often.
No.
But in the end, Atlanta was able to hold on, and they really obviously needed it because Atlanta was 1-7-1 going into the game. I got starting to feel bad for old Tata Martino coaching Atlanta. I've always kind of liked Tata. He coached Argentina. He coached Barcelona for a little while. Obviously, he did really well his first term with Atlanta, won a championship in their second season. So he's a club legend. But at Wednesday night after their loss Wednesday night, he even said, if it wasn't for what I did my first time here, they probably would have fired me. He was telling the truth, After the game, Toronto is in 6th place. And Atlanta is in 13th place. But guys, this is all a front. I'm not talking about this for any reason other than one thing, and it was about a guy that wasn't even playing in this game. And that is boy in gold legend Walker Zimmerman, who now plays for Toronto FC, did not play in this game, and you want to know why?
Why?
He was in Nashville where he and his wife are expecting a third child, and that's the only reason I wanted to talk about this game.
Bravo.
So
Nice.
bravo to the Zimmermans from Electric Gold. I hope everything goes perfectly, and God knows the world needs more people with Zimmerman DNA in it.
Amen to that.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, when you said you wanted to talk about the Toronto-Atlanta game,
Yeah,
I was a
you're
little
like,
bit
why?
confused.
I don't even
Why
think
put- no, it's like, why put people through that? Okay, good. Evan, did you have anything that stands out across the MLS that you wanted to point out?
Yeah, I did. I'm so excited about this matchup against Tigres on Tuesday night that it's kind of hard to think about anything else. But I do have one, little eye towards the Philly match coming up. And so I was looking at the game yesterday between Columbus and Philadelphia. So the result was a 2-0 victory for the Crew, and that either put or kept the Union in last place in the East. So I was just like, when I saw that, I was just like, what in the heck is going on with Philly? But then I dug a little deeper into it, saw that this was their third game in 7 days. Coach Bradley Carnell had a heavily rotated lineup to start the match. Philly before that was actually on a 3-game unbeaten streak. So they're actually starting, despite yesterday's result, to pick up a little steam here recently. In this particular match, Crew and U.S. men's national team midfielder Max Arfston took advantage of a poor giveaway and opened the scoring in the 4th minute. Then Columbus went up 2 on a Union own goal right before halftime. Philly looked better in the second half, but never could find the back of the net. So, they went on to lose the game on the road in Columbus, sitting dead last in the Eastern Conference. But I do think we're going to need to take them seriously on Saturday, given the fact that their recent results show a little bit of an upward trend.
Hadn't even thought about that and hadn't paid as close attention. So thanks for the heads up, for the warning. We will make sure that the boys in gold are ready when it comes time for that. And speaking of upcoming games, it's time to start looking ahead. Let's do the week in preview. The schedule gets busy again for the boys in gold this week. First, they host a CONCACAF semifinal match against Tigres. Once again, this is a 2-game round where aggregate score will determine who advances. Nashville would do well to run up the score against Tigres at home. Tigres has struggled in their other matches in MLS stadiums so far in the tournament, and while they have several dangerous scorers on the roster, they've struggled in their league play this season by their standards. They currently sit 7th in Liga MX with a record of 7 wins, 4 draws, and 6 losses. Their top scorers are a pair of Argentinians, attacking midfielder Juan Brunetta and forward Angel Correa, who was a late call-up for the 2022 Argentinian World Cup team. It took everything they had for Tigres to advance to this round. They beat Seattle 2-0 in Monterrey, Mexico, but they lost the away match 3-1. They advanced only thanks to their 1 away goal for the tiebreaker. Nashville, of course, made history by being the first MLS team to win at the Azteca, securing victory versus Club America to get into the semifinals. The two teams match up well, and while Tigres should be a big challenge for Nashville SC, as we've seen this season, the boys in gold are up to the challenge. And then next weekend, the team will travel to Philadelphia, as you were just talking about, Evan, to face off against the Union. Philly has had a woeful start to 2026. They sit in last place in the Eastern Conference with just 1 win, 7 losses, and 2 draws, and a goal differential of -8. This team won the Eastern Conference in 2025, but they have fallen fast and struggled to put together any sort of meaningful soccer this season after losing their star defender, Jacob Glaznes, to LA Galaxy, big-time scorer Ty Baribo to DC United, and former all-star defender Kai Wagner to Birmingham City. Having scored just 9 goals through 10 games, they don't have much offensive firepower so far this season. Only 2 players have scored more than 1 goal. Midfielder Donley Jean-Jacques and forward Milan Iloski both have 2 goals each. Iloski is probably Philly's greatest threat, but he hasn't been able to make much difference for this struggling team so far. With a busy schedule for Nashville that sees this game wedged between both CONCACAF semifinal games, fans can expect to see a heavily rotated side for the boys in gold, but that doesn't mean the team should take their foot off the gas. Every point matters, and the team should play to win this one no matter who is on the field. Okay, guys. So another big week coming up. We've got CONCACAF games, we got MLS games, and it's time to take a peek into the crystal balls, y'all. All right, Evan, predictions. What's your crystal ball have to say?
All right, well, let me listen to it, and here's what it has to say. It says that Tuesday night in Geodis Park, our boys in gold are going to come away with a 2-0 victory with goals from Sam Surridge and Hany Mukhtar. Like John, I think, mentioned earlier, it's very likely that we might not come out completely full steam ahead in order to prevent any sort of away goals counting against us. But I do think we have way too much firepower for Tigres. I do think we are going to score and go ahead and get the victory. Then on Saturday night, I believe it is, I see us traveling up to Philadelphia and getting a 2-1 victory away at Subaru Park with goals from Warren Madrigal and Ahmed Awesome Qasim. And there you have it. That's what the old crystal ball is telling me today, boys.
Sounds like another good week. John, what's your crystal ball say?
Very similar things. Evan's ball is true. That Tigres game, I think this whole series is going to be awesome because Tigres, I've watched a few of their games. They're really good in attack and they're really not that great at defending. And especially here in the States, they've gotten whooped twice. I think we're going to do it a third time. 3-1 is my call. I wish we weren't giving up that road goal, but I think they're going to get it. I fear 40-year-old Andre Pierre Gignac, who plays for Tigres. I remember watching this guy more than 10 years ago for Olympique de Marseille. And he is a classic number 9, kind of like, Olivier Giroud, Arsenal and Chelsea player. He doesn't start anymore for them, but he's been coming off the bench and getting crafty. He's got those crafty old man tricks at this point.
Yeah.
And he finds a way. I think we're going to get goals from Espinoza and 2 from Sam Surridge. The guy just doesn't know how to score just one goal. He just scores. He scores in multiples. Then, yes, Saturday night we go to Philly. This is a classic trap game because we absolutely will be sending a B team. There's no doubt about it. I kind of don't even want Hany and Sam and Espinoza to make the trip, if I'm being honest with you, because we're going to need everything for that return leg in Monterey. But Philly sucks. 2-1 NSC with a brace from Shaq Mohammed, the new NSC hero. I'm calling it. Suck it, Philly. That's how it's going to
go. Well, between the two of you, you guys have one sparkling set of balls. I'll tell you that.
I appreciate that.
Guys, this has been a lot of fun, but I'm getting close to the end of my beer, so it's time to wrap up before we go. John, we love hearing from our listeners, and we have multiple opportunities for people to provide feedback to us and insight. And if they want to tell us how to get weird, or if they want to give a nomination for our Electric Gold Underdog Hall of Fame, or if they just want to make a comment about how much they love us, they could do that too.
Any of it.
How do they do these things?
Yeah. First of all, I want to give a shout out to Michael, who wrote a very, very nice thing about us on Facebook and was the inspiration for our Keep Electric Gold Weird category. So, Michael, things are going to get better for you soon. Yes, reach out to us. We are Electric Gold NSC. We are on Facebook, X, formerly Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Blue Sky, you name it. We're out there. Give us a shout. We love to hear from you. And we just love each and every one of our listeners. And we sure do love getting to meet you guys at the tailgate and in the stadium. So we appreciate you.
Yeah, don't hesitate to come say hi. We love to talk to new people. As always, guys, it's been a blast, and we sure appreciate everybody listening. In the meantime, team is rolling right now, so do not let up. Keep your foot on the gas. Keep cheering the team on. Keep following them. Keep wearing the gear. Keep going to the games. Keep being weird. And, of course, keep on saying it. Come on, you boys in gold.
Come on, you boys in gold.
Come on, you boys in gold.
never felt so good. And then somehow things just get better. NSC, we wanna praise you like we should. I know that we have said it before, but this time we really do mean it. We couldn't possibly love this team anymore. Get to Kyoto's Park if you haven't seen it. Every time we're like, this is the best week ever. Oh my God, I've never felt so good. And then somehow things just get better. NSC, we wanna praise you like we should. What do you say, guys? Let's crank up the mics. And time to crack open some ice cold beers. It's so much fun to talk about the blue and gold. Raise your glass high, cheers, boys, cheers. Every time we're like, this is the best week ever. Oh my God, I've never felt so good. And then somehow things just get better. NSC, we wanna praise you like we should. Every episode is like the best week ever. Oh my God, we've never had it so good. Then wouldn't you know